104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Rule and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
All right, we want to go over this list that I think is pretty fantastic because we are all about bettering your life here on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Absolutely.
But make life easier for everybody.
Yeah, and maybe you never thought about this stuff, but we came across this article about things that improve people's quality of life so much. They wish they'd done it sooner, like they're mad they didn't know about it.
Okay.
I'm going to start right off the top of the list with my favorite thing on this list. I don't care what your budget is in your life. You can buy these at Walmart. You can buy these at Target. You can get these at Home Depot. Blackout curtains
Yes.
for your windows.
Those are great.
If it's not a curtain, it's some kind of a shade.
We have blackout
It is
shades.
life-changing to not be woken up before you want to be woken up.
They
Oh my
say you
God,
get a
it's
better
amazing.
sleep, too. Like, if you are sleeping in a room where the blinds are open and it's a sunny day, you're not getting as good of a sleep.
But then I won't wake up.
I know. Or
Right.
you wake up and you're totally confused. Where am I? What day is it? What time is it? You know, it messes you up.
This is buying blackout curtains or blackout shutters can be life-changing.
Especially for your bedroom.
Is that like
Your
just
bedroom.
sleep?
Not even that
Oh,
expensive.
yeah, that's where I have them.
My nap
Yeah.
time.
But I also wear a sleep
Clutch.
mask. So,
Kevin, you
Really?
take more
Do you
than
really?
a nap.
an eye mask, I have to. I always have to have something over
You ever
my
wake
eyes.
up and you forget it's on and you think you're like,
I'm blind.
what happened?
No, that's never happened. Thank you.
If you've ever rented an Airbnb in Galveston,
No, can't
those-
say I've had that issue.
you have to have
That's
an
stupid,
eye
Eric.
mask. Yeah, she's like, no, no, I'm
I always said
blind.
that would happen.
If you've ever rented an Airbnb in a beach town, you've got to have an eye mask because my experience with renting the Airbnbs anywhere near a beach, the sun just
The
comes
sun is, like,
blazing
brighter.
in. Yeah. So you got to have an eye mask if you're going to be on vacation, I feel like. Okay, other things that improve your quality of life so much people wish they did it sooner. Replacing a cheap office chair that you sit in, whether you are working from home or in your
Yes.
office, with something that actually offers you some support.
Amen.
A cheap office chair makes you
lower
so
lumbar
mad.
How much?
Support.
Some of these chairs can be $1,000.
Yeah, they're
Now, you
crazy.
can get knockoffs that are great.
But are they great? Like
Are they?
I've got a knockoff, like, what do they call them? Those Herman
Munster or
Miller or something,
Herman
those
Munster.
chairs.
Miller.
I've got like a knockoff of that, and I've had that for 10 years in
But
my
if you
office.
tried the real one, I've noticed that with clothes. Like
Right.
every time you cheap out,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I like this shirt. And then after like it shrinks after a few
Couple
washes or
washes,
it gets
yeah.
thin, you can see through it. And you buy a nice quality of something. But you can't buy a bunch of it because who can afford
Right,
Right.
a
right.
bunch of stuff?
I like the high of just buying something new. So a lot of times I'll do
So that's why
something
you like-
cheaper.
And then if
Because
if it
yeah,
lasts
and
a few
then
weeks,
if I wear it a couple times, I'm not really disappointed because I get bored of my clothes.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And then I want to just
Really?
stuff. Oh my God, yeah.
Yo, I found this.
I hate
cleaned my
all of
closet
my
out
clothes
yesterday,
right now.
Sam.
you hate face.
Sam, I cleaned out my closet yesterday, and guess what I found?
What?
One maternity shirt that was left over from 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I probably wore it one time.
You should give it to me.
I
don't
was
have
thinking,
any
should I bring this to
maternity
Sam?
shirts.
I'll bring, I know. It's like it's gray long sleeve. I was like, well, she is a beige mom.
I could do gray.
Okay, I can bring it to you.
wearing
Okay,
brown
other
today.
things that improve your
Branching
quality of
out.
life.
Yeah, you got some color.
Learning to say it's okay. Learning that it's okay to say, I don't know, instead of pretending you know what someone's talking about. People are always excited to share what they know. So it's a simple thing that can lead to a lot of professional and social growth if you just learn to say, I don't
Problem
know.
on social media, you do that, and then people become jerks and they just start making fake comments.
Like when,
Like, what do you mean? Like insulting like you're so dumb because you don't know it?
Or they'll just give you a dumb answer, like just to be funny.
Oh, smart
They go for the
asses,
funny
yeah.
smart ass joke. It's like, no, I didn't know the word bop, what that meant.
That's a bop.
I think that's because I saw that on
Like the
TikTok with
slang
this
term for
girls in
bop?
front of the schools and high schools. Like, these are the top 10 high schools in Houston at bop. And I'm like, what the hell does this mean? And I kept going to this thing and people were making jokes. I'm like, no, I need to know what
do you
bop means.
care to
But I thought it
enlighten
was a
us?
song. It's not a song.
I think it means like,
I'm not with the
from what I
kids.
saw was like you're dating more than three people at once.
Oh.
And they're going to the high school like, this is Klein, this is this school.
What?
I'm like, is that true? I didn't.
Hold on.
It was late at night.
No.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
that
I
the
looked at
slang
the
for
comments,
bop?
but I was getting tired. I'm like, I just can't
I
investigate
could not
anymore.
even imagine.
So does anyone know what bop means?
I
My kids
have
were
a
asleep. I couldn't
song.
ask them.
I've only used it as like that song's a bop.
Yeah, it's a really good song or it's awesome. It's
no,
a
here
bop.
it is. No, here it is, Sam.
It's something else. It's
A
not.
bop is someone who posts promiscuous photos or, quote, gets around.
Yeah, 'cause
According to
it's
Gen Z, a bop is somebody who posts revealing photos of their body online and has had lots of partners.
So it's like
See,
a
there's more than
thirst
three. See,
trap.
I told you more than
That's
three partners.
so weird.
Look at you guys
Urban
not knowing.
Dictionary, though, says
Mm-hmm.
bop is...
That's for millennials.
Bop Gen Z, that's what it is.
Oh,
promiscuity.
Urban Dictionary. Never mind. I'm not going to say
Well,
that.
there was a song in the 80s
Careful.
Oh,
about
my.
bop.
She bop from the Goonies.
Yeah, so that
She bop, she knows she bop.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
from the
Cyndi
Goonies.
Lauper.
She made that song for the Goonies soundtrack.
AI.
Yeah.
But it was
really
about
good
something
song.
dirty.
Bop
I don't
is-
know.
Yeah.
So bop is not what you think it is.
I did not think about the lyrics. I just
Think
sang to the
bobbing
beat.
for apples.
I forget what the number one
That's
high
bobbing,
school.
not bopping.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
they're
I
referring
know where you're
to.
going.
And when I was growing up early in the 2000s, a bopper was someone who jumped on a celebrity just to be cool. Like, oh, she's just a bopper. She's just trying to latch on because
well, that's
you're
where
a
Teeny
celebrity.
Bopper came from.
What about a
Teeny
bop?
Boppers.
Hanson bop.
Oh, what was that thing that Jimmy Fallon did with Anna Kendrick? They did like the mashup songs.
Yes, what was that?
It was
I saw that.
Mbop to the tune of, I think, was it Creed? Can You Take Me Higher?
Oh,
I love those
It
mashups.
was one of those kinds
I
of
didn't
things.
put it together, and then it scrolled.
Yeah,
like,
I
by
can't remember
accident.
which one. She did Mbop to the tune of something else, and she really nailed it. Okay, other things
Yeah, what else is on there?
that have improved people's quality of life so much they wish they did it sooner. And this is for you if you're from a smaller town. Maybe you're listening because you moved here for this because of this reason. Moving out of your hometown. Moving out of your hometown opens up your mind, expands your horizons. Maybe you come back to it later. You appreciate it, or you're more grown up, or you're more
I think-
seasoned.
Yeah.
The
as an
perfect world if you
adult.
could grow up in it, like to your 16 or 18, and then go to college in a big city or something.
Yeah.
Or even go to a college town for college, and then go to the big city to live in your 20s and 30s. Then you can always go back to your small town and start a family.
I think
But what
that's
about
very
our
difficult.
town?
You
That's
get the young-
huge.
I would
Yeah.
say it's very difficult. I think that
who could do that?
somebody from a small town can make the transition to a big city, but I think the opposite is just it doesn't hold true. With you've grown up in a large metropolitan area, and then all of a sudden you've got to go to like a small little tiny town.
Your choices are slim. Like
It's just so hard because you're
not going to find
spoiled.
sushi places.
No.
Good restaurants.
And we all like to think that,
But it'd be
I'm
affordable.
driving in a quaint little town. I bet they've got some good food. And then you get there and you're like, no,
The
this is
traffic's
awful.
Traffic sucks. Like I used to think my traffic was so bad in my little town of Ottawa, Illinois. I'm like, it's like 4 minutes. Ooh, here it's like
Why is it that we never
It
did?
is
Like,
a big difference, though.
It
Huge
is.
difference. 30 minutes seemed like it was 2 hours up
Yeah.
north.
but Eric's
30
right.
minutes here is I get to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the commute.
But
'Cause I had
the
a-
difference.
I had a Montoursville's where we lived in Pennsylvania. It was 2 miles from Williamsport, which was considered the big city. And if we were lucky, we'd go there like once a month. And I'm like, it's only 5 minutes away. Why
It's like
is
Skits
it?
Creek. What's that town in Skits Creek without
Oh,
going
the
to the
other
big
one?
city is Evansville or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like,
Which one it is.
whatever
This
it is,
is,
they go to the bigger town.
something I bought. I forgot I bought this like a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that Sam's going to own soon.
I can't.
I want to bring it for everybody to
What
use.
is it?
No, Eric,
They're-
it's just for me.
They're chopstick forks.
What?
Oh, I don't want that. I actually
chopstick
know how
fork-
to use
Fork
chopsticks.
sticks.
Yeah,
But
fork
what's it
sticks.
look
You should
like?
have brought it
It's
to
a long
Benihana
stick.
when we
Oh
went.
yeah.
What?
So it's like chopsticks, but they're like so you can bend. You know how the kids get those little rubber band things on them, so
Yes.
they can.
Oh, yeah.
To learn how to use
Because
chopsticks.
last year my kids were really into sushi a lot,
Okay.
and then I'm like, well, sometimes they would just want to take the fork and stab it, and sometimes they want to use this. It's got both the forks on top,
Oh,
so you
my
turn it around.
God.
You
It's
can,
got prongs at the end of the stick.
yeah, you can stab it like
I
a
don't
fork,
want that.
and then you could use
Now,
it for
can I ask
sushi.
how much you paid for the chopstick fork?
Here, while we do the next one, I'll look at Amazon.
I'll
Maybe I
buy
can
it
find
from
the
you.
best
That sounds good.
People's quality
I
of
got
life
like-
gets improved.
30 or 50 of them.
Oh, I'll take
What?
a couple.
It came with like 50 of them.
Are they like disposable?
It's supposed to be, but it's like that hard plastic, which I'm like, just wash them.
You can throw them in the dishwasher.
Oh.
Yeah.
You throw those in the drawer in the
Nice.
kitchen, and Kevin will take them home like the straws.
Right?
Yeah, that's mine now.
I mean, I like to
It's
cook,
gonna be
so
his.
that'd be
Mine
perfect.
now.
Well, I mean, think about it. Sometimes you just want to, maybe you're eating something else and you need a fork and you just stab it and eat it, and then you can use
Okay,
your,
well, while
get your-
you look up how much you paid for that, the other thing I want to, this is kind of a, not contradiction, but it's debatable. We're talking about things that improve people's quality of life so much they wish they did it sooner. I feel like this is messy.
All right.
Giving up on folding your underwear, just throwing it in the drawer.
I just throw it in.
Yes.
That would drive me crazy.
Oh,
I need some
why?
order.
Some people press their underwear.
I need some order. So I know, like, I don't know. I mean, it's going to take up more space when it's all in there like a giant mound versus if you folded it and you kind of stacked it.
I think it depends on what kind of underwear you have.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because sometimes you can't fold it. It's too small. You can't fold thongs.
Like what if you
Just throw them.
got like
Sure,
a
you
little
have to.
string
And then you-
bikini
yeah.
type
But
underwear?
let's talk about like underwear
Boy
that
shorts.
has some good
Yeah.
amount of fabric.
Ours would probably fill up a thing. Yours would be fill up
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
shoebox.
Yeah, like I fold.
If you have boxer briefs, that's going to be a mound of
I
boxer
do
briefs in the
fold
drawer
my
while closed.
husband's
It is a pain
underwear,
to fold that stuff.
but mine I'm not folding.
Why is that life changing? I
I-
don't
you
agree
can't-
with
That's
that.
not like
Can you
That's
even
weird.
fold a thong? Is it like a fitted sheet?
A thong?
it's
no.
like a string
Probably
with a
You just have to
triangular
kinda
panel
lay
in
it
the front.
Well,
and that's it.
Kind of just lay it there,
It's like
like
a-
there, like that.
Can you put them on hooks?
Triangle.
Like
folding,
for jewelry, you know, you put your necklaces on that
My
little
God.
thing with hooks.
Ew, I'm not hooking my underwear around my house.
Good
There's
God.
Sam.
She was folding it, trying to get it all into, like, put it into one little baggie
Little
or
smokes
something like
put
that.
on her head.
And listen,
Let me
what's
put it on
that?
top.
What's that John Cena scene from Blockers? I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
where
my
he's
God,
like,
yes.
"Man, I love this underwear." She goes, "That's our daughter's."
Yeah.
He goes, "I've never
He
seen you
had
in
it in
this."
his teeth.
He
Yeah, it
grabbed.
was
He's like,
so gross.
yeah.
Growing up with two sisters and a family of 5 kids, all the laundry, my mom one time, she's like holding up, "Whose striptease is this? Whose striptease is this? This striptease? Who's wearing the striptease?" Like she was so mad. Who bought the striptease?
Then your older brother goes, "Mine."
No, stop.
Was this
No,
with her? By the way,
striptease.
here's what it looked like.
Oh, wow. That looks like a
Here, can I
devil's
take a
horn.
That one was a 20 of them for $7.99.
Oh, that's cool.
This
I
looks
know, it's-
aggressive.
I'll
Look
bring-
at it, Sam. Looks aggressive, like,
See,
like a weapon.
You weren't describing it like the way
does,
I
it
thought.
kinda looks
I
like a
thought-
It's
devil.
Chinese.
It looks like
I
something
thought
devilish.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
I thought that, okay, picture a fork, okay, but instead of one stick that goes down,
stem.
it
splits.
separates, it splits. That's really
So the
cool,
stem of
Eric.
the fork is the chopstick. But
Yeah.
this being red and really pointy, it looks real violent. Like you could stab somebody's eyeballs out
That was
with
$8.
this thing.
Some are
Why are
$15.
you going there?
Because it's true.
Stab
This is a
somebody in the
weapon,
eye?
ladies and
Did you
gentlemen.
watch Sons of Anarchy there?
Probably. How,
Oh,
much,
yes,
how much did you pay for
Tara.
them? What does it say here?
That one's $8. There's
Okay,
another
yeah.
one for 15.
And what made you buy this in the first place?
20
my
of
kids
them.
like to eat sushi, and I thought they're not very good at using the
Chopsticks.
regular chopsticks.
So a pack of 20 is at 20% off sale at $7.99.
Oh,
A
there
pack
you
of
go.
20.
If you want those.
Eye
If
pokers.
not, just come by the station. I'll give it to you.
We'll call them eye pokers.
I got to find them.
Eye pokers.
Eye pokers.
I'm going to pass
Security.
Eye
on that
pokers.
one.
All right, coming up next, we're going to play this little game. We're going to go around the room, and we're going to, it's kind of like the voting game. Like, I'll read you a scenario, and then we will all tell our opinion of who we think this fits the best. Like, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Who in this room do you think has the smelliest feet?
Oh, it's probably Ryan because he doesn't wear socks.
That's not true. I wear the little invisible.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
kind
remember he
you
wears
can't
those
see.
dress. He wears those dress shoes with your
No
jeans.
socks.
My little nylon.
But you
No,
wear the
foot
little.
covers.
What do you call
the
those little?
nylon ones.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you wear?
Yeah, he's got steam.
No, I
you
wear
know he's got
the
like sour feet.
The no-show socks?
I wear the. That's what they're called. No show.
Remember he had bleached. Remember he would walk around and bleach his carpet with his feet.
Oh yeah,
so
that
you
was
got
weird.
Ew.
some messed up feet juice
Ryan's an alien.
Feet juice.
or sweat. whatever
Okay,
they
we'll
call
go
it.
around the room with more of these
Disgusting.
scenarios. Who fits this scenario the best? Next on the Real and Ryan Show with Eric. Whatever. Rose and Bruno Mars. Now, if in an hour from now we're going to replay Special K's telemarketer turnaround, we're right before that. He did his own version of that.
A little
Chat GPT. Chat GPT.
GPT.
So you're going to hear that an hour from now.
But
It's
the
going to be so fun.
part was that your Eric imitation?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the song's about Eric.
Yeah, it's
impersonation.
about me on the
Really about
ChatGPT.
Eric.
Okay, so we're going around.
By the way,
room.
if you get big emails or you get text and stuff, what you do is you can have the photo, you can copy whatever, put in ChatGPT, say, hey, prompt it, give you good prompts. Like, could you summarize what they're saying? And you could even say, analyze it. Could you analyze what they mean?
Even if it's a screen cap?
Yeah, anything. You put in their photos.
So it'll look at the photo.
Like I could take a photo, say, my email's up here. I just take a photo and
Okay.
I just go into ChatGPT on my app,
Mm-hmm.
hit the photos, and it goes right in there, and it'll within seconds, it'll give you a breakdown. You can say you want bullet points. And so if it's a long email, you just want the bullet points. You want the gist of it. Summarize it, and then you can analyze it
Do you
too.
have to pay for that?
No, it's free.
That feature?
I have one where I pay $20 because I can do like unlimited cartoons and stuff, or photos and stuff.
Oh, you did a picture yesterday of the telemarketer turnaround. That was really fun.
Irvin, you putting that one up with the telemarketer turnaround?
Yeah.
On
Okay.
KRB, you'll see the one I made of Kevin and the
He said
telemarketer.
yes.
Here's what I
That's
found.
funny.
That's actually it's actually AI. But
Are you
you're
sure to one up
paying-
me? We got to do this other game. We got to do
Oh
this.
no! I
we gotta do
was
this game.
just going to recommend it for you, Eric. If you want to download Next Chat.
Is it free? Because
Yeah.
I've been spending too much money on this.
No, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free, and
All
I
right.
find it to be one of the more accurate ones.
I'll
Next
check it
Chat.
out.
Like Jimmy John says, smells are free, but you don't want this kind of smell. Which
Okay.
one of us in the room has the smellier feet?
Ew.
Jimmy John says a neon in their window says smells are free.
But you're
Like right now, if we had to smell our feet,
Sicko.
I'm confident.
at 8:25, we had to smell everyone's feet here. Who do you think would have the smelliest feet?
I still think it's Ryan.
I shower
'Cause those
3
shoes that
times a
you're
day
wearing-
usually.
Oh, no
I
wonder
feel
your
like-
skin is so dry.
Oh, stop. I shower in the morning, and if I'm doing a run, I shower after my run, and I usually shower before I go to bed.
One person on text thinks it's Eric because Eric has said on the air he doesn't purposely wash his feet in the shower. He lets the soap
Soap,
run
yeah.
down his
That's
feet.
not washing.
Because it's dangerous.
And you
wash-
also go to the gym and then don't shower
Oh, God, that
and go to
grosses me
bed.
out.
Icky.
So it's a tie between Ryan and Eric for sure.
No,
Well, the
I'm
gym
saying
thing, that's just his
8:25.
pits.
We showered. Ryan and I showered, not together. It's only Friday. That's only
Yeah,
Monday.
we say that for...
Yeah, after the weekend. But Kevin, did you shower this morning?
I showered last night before I went to
There you
bed.
go.
Oh, then you get
Same.
Then
smelly.
you guys have the stinky
Yeah.
feet.
No.
Yeah, don't be
I don't
coming
think
after
so.
me.
Don't come
I
at
don't
us.
think so.
You waited 8
No.
hours of being underneath
Yeah.
Of all your body parts that would sweat while you sleep, your feet are probably not
Not the worst.
as much as like your pits or your back or your
Why?
chest or I don't know.
No.
Your feet are underneath the covers and
covers,
everything.
So
the
is your whole
comforter,
body.
That's where all the heat's going.
People, to your point, Eric, how
To
you
your
said
feet,
our
to your
audience
feet.
knows us better than we know ourselves. One texter remembers that Sam said her hands always sweat.
Yeah, so there you go, right there.
And they're wondering, do Sam's feet always sweat? Then it'll be smelly.
Has to.
Okay, let's get off a different topic because this is so polarizing. People
So
hate
who won?
feet. I said Ryan. You said Ryan. What do you say, Kev?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey,
Although,
I'll take my shoes off right now
I don't wanna
and
say
put
that.
them
I'm
up
not
against
sniffing.
anybody else's
I'm
feet.
not sniffing.
All
Sam,
right.
what do you say?
I'm going to go Ryan.
Okay, Ryan wins that one. All right.
Hey, you want something?
Which of us is more likely to be able to talk their way out of a speeding ticket in this room? Rula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Rula.
I don't know.
No, because she's gotten tickets before.
Yeah. And she might talk too much to the cop.
Yeah.
not-
And he's
not
like,
true.
oh, this is giving me a headache.
He's like, here's a ticket. I just asked for your license. You just told me you're from Greek. I'm from a Greek family.
Yeah, I asked for the time you built
I
that
say
clock.
nothing. I say nothing.
I was on my way to Christie's Seafood and Steaks after I did
A show
an
on
appearance.
KRBE.
on the radio.
And I was eating bread from
where I'm
Breadman Baking
speaking
Company.
to millions of people.
Yes, that's correct. Y'all, I got pulled over by a constable once, and my niece was with me, and she goes, "Can you just please tell them you're on the radio? Maybe we can get on our way because we're so late." And I was like, I don't know if that's going to fly.
Nope.
I'm not going to fly with that. I don't come out right with it. I give my ID. It's my real
Not
name.
worth it.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't if they on their own get it.
That's because you
Yeah.
got the name.
Because my name is real. I don't have a fake radio name.
Yeah, if there's this Ryan, Kev, Sam, Eric, those are pretty
Basic names.
basic.
Yep. I am
Rula
basic.
sticks out.
I'd
Yeah,
like
it
put my
does.
KRBE zip up on and be like, "Hey, hello, officer."
Or
Like,
a
are, you
zip.
trying to, are you trying to show me your boobs?
Yeah,
No, you see the
right.
logo
Oh,
right
Safar,
there?
I
Do you
didn't
see
know.
These are from Dr. Betros.
What?
But then he sees the belly underneath.
Oh.
Eric,
Very,
Eric
very
thinks
pregnant.
that Eric thinks he can get out of a ticket by picking his nose.
Yeah,
Okay,
We
so who
learned
do you
that.
pick?
I
I'm
who could
picking
get out?
Rilla.
Who could
Talk their way out of a
Talk
speeding
their
ticket.
way out of ticket.
That is a tough one. I've seen Eric get a ticket,
I got out of it.
and
I
then
got
maybe I'll pick you.
But you also relied on the radio thing
No, because
because we were
Kevin,
behind you.
you guys were laughing at me. And he felt sorry for me. Like I was like,
Yeah.
because you guys were making fun of me.
Yeah.
We're at
I
the
went by-
intersection of
put
Westheimer.
my window down and pointed at him and
I said,
laughed.
nerd.
We're at
And Hillcroft.
Westheimer and Hillcroft, and Eric just went through a yellow light and got pulled over. And when the light turned green, we came by and slowed down, rolled our windows, and we're looking at him,
and
pointing
laughing and making loud noises. So the cop felt bad for me. So I'd say, I bet Sam could get out of it because she's really nice.
Yeah, okay.
People on text are voting Kevin because he would flatter the cop immediately and make him forget why he stopped him in the first place, maybe with some funny voices.
Kevin
No.
wouldn't be talking. He'd be trying to eat his weed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Stop it.
He's
gotta get rid of all the evidence.
Absolutely, yes.
Kevin's getting
I would be
arrested.
so panicked.
Where's my shrooms done?
So is it between me and Sam?
I'd be like, I'm gonna pee my pants. I think I'm having a baby. I don't. I like that's why I was racing.
That only works right now because you got the bump. When the bump goes away, what's the excuse?
I'm gonna put a pillow under there and I'm gonna keep it riding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll
All right.
have those perked up.
Which
again.
next topic.
Sam would get it then.
In this room, which one of us is more likely to order the most expensive thing on the menu at a restaurant?
Well, we know who did
Eric,
that.
Eric.
No, we know who did this
No.
3 days ago.
Kevin, oh my God, yes.
If he's not paying for it,
It's
it's
Kevin.
special pay
Yes,
all
if
the
he's
way.
not paying.
Special pay all the way.
Absolutely not.
Somebody
y'all
missed-
just pushed me into that. I would have gotten the meatloaf, but y'all were like, no, get the pork chop on top of the meatloaf.
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody missed this,
Y'all told me to, so I
early this
did.
week, like the biggest, like the head of the company,
The
takes
Silver
us,
Fox was here,
takes
Dave
us
Milner.
out to a luncheon, and Kevin's ordering meatloaf with a pork chop and God knows what else thrown
On top
on
of
there.
it.
No, we joked with because we knew that Dave was going to pay for lunch, and we said you should order the meatloaf and the pork chop and ask the server to make a sandwich out of it. And she goes, I'm totally game for playing along with that. So Kevin asked her to make meatloaf sandwich and put the pork chop in the middle, and all of our managers were like,
What the hell?
For
God,
real?
this is like
Yeah.
so not right.
And then yesterday he
kept
said
looking at you.
he
That
thought
was
he
funny.
kept watching you. He's like, Is he kidding? I can't tell if he's
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, he was actually bummed out when they brought me just the pork chop and not the meatloaf underneath of it. And then we had a separate meeting yesterday, and he called me out again on it.
That was hilarious.
in front of the whole staff.
That's funny.
Well,
So I think
don't
if
feel
you're-
like you've never done that. You call people out in front of the whole staff.
It's true, but normally I would not order the most expensive thing on the menu when someone else is paying.
I actually don't like it when people pay because then I can't get what I want.
Exactly.
So I think if Eric is paying for the meal, he will order the most expensive thing. If
Or like
the
a big
meal
steak.
is paid for by somebody else, Kevin, I think, is going to order the most
Yes,
expensive thing.
I agree with that.
Like I'll go with that big old cut of meat, like $72.
The tomahawk.
But if someone else is paying, then I feel bad. I'll get the fillet. A
Also-
small 6-ounce fillet for.
We didn't think about Ahmad. Like Ahmad literally ordered a tomahawk steak next door whenever we were put up for the freeze.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
funny.
he knows how to work it.
That's good.
Do you have time
All
for
right,
another one?
speaking of that, next
Ahmad
door,
gets it then.
being put up for the freeze means we have to stay in a hotel to be close to the radio station to access the airwaves
It's
in
like a home
disasters
suite
and
next
crisis.
door.
So which one of us is more likely to take home all the hotel toiletries?
Oh, I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin's got
Especially-
5 houses. He's got to put.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toiletries like
Toiletries in.
Airbnbs.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice for a week's
I
worth
like
of
that
stay.
Marriott soap.
Yes.
But now they're
Yeah.
changing it.
Oh, I
Oh,
hate
the
it.
pump.
The dispenser.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
like that.
They
And
don't
it's
have
not
individual bottles.
I don't
sanitary, y'all.
mind it.
They put a lock on it, so I'm hoping because I don't want somebody peeing in there.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to
Ew,
compromise that
Eric.
soap.
Somebody
Oh,
could
yeah.
put anything
True.
in that.
I
It's
think the
true.
worst.
Ugh, I know. I think the worst
I
too.
never thought that. Now,
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to.
Always look. Make sure it has a
Sickos?
lock. If it's just
Yeah.
If it's hard
A pump?
to.
You could get a
access
real
it.
jerk could put like Nair in it or something.
yeah.
Oh, I'd love that.
well,
Oh, really?
now I don't
You'll-
want to
You'll
use
wake
that
up
stuff.
in the morning and all your hairs on the pillow fell out.
But his chest would be
Well,
all
no,
nice.
yeah, chest and
Look like an
everywhere
otter.
else. Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a
It
hotel,
starts burning.
if you're in a hotel that has a high end brand of the mini bottles, I am all for it because that's exactly what I would use when my guests come. I'll put it in the guest bathroom.
Right.
I used to
Why
stay at
not?
the Wynn and Encore. They would have even stuff for your shoes to shine your shoes.
Wow.
This little,
Oh,
tin, this
wow.
little tin, and you
Yeah.
pull this little thing
La-di-da.
out. And you could take your dress shoes and make it all like black.
Y'all,
Oh, that's cool.
I lived at the
It was awesome.
Post Oak Hotel for a little wink of a time, and every day they would replace the toiletries, and I would take them and put them in a bag, and then at Christmas, every single person in my family, as a joke, I gave them a little bag of toiletries.
I don't blame
Really?
you.
So that
It
means
was-
Rule is the one who's stealing more
was-
of the
it
toiletries
was-
than
no,
me.
it was for every day.
I think all of us would.
All of y'all would
No,
have
I
done
don't
that.
take any of that crap home.
Now, if you take a robe,
No,
That's
never.
theft.
Yeah,
no,
that's-
that's terrible. They're going to charge
And
you.
they
for that.
I
will
think
bill
they
you.
charge you for that.
that's
yeah.
why you go
And the
by and you
slippers.
see when they're in another room, you go in that room and take their robe.
Oh,
Good
my
idea.
God. You're telling people how to
I don't
lead a life
want
of
one of those
crime.
robes. I've never.
Or
when
some
you-
places are the fancy hotels. Their robes are to die for.
But
It's
when
like
you
cloth. It's not like
It's not that
that
waffle.
rough.
Ratty.
Oh, the
Like
the
soft.
waffle fabric. Those are good depending on what softness level there is. Sometimes they're
Those
kind
are,
of
like,
rough.
real scratchy. Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, and other times they're kind of
Brillo
soft.
Do guys use robes?
I do now.
Yeah, used a
Booster
robe.
got me one, and it's real nice to get out of the shower and put on a robe, and then.
But then you feel you dry off and then put the robe on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I don't put it directly on. Oh no, that would be.
Wait, Eric, didn't you say you had a roommate or somebody that you knew that would get out of the shower and they'd be on their bed sheets trying to get their shower sweat off?
Oh no, that was a listener I had in my old.
Like you're so hot from the shower, you're almost sweating. Does that make sense?
No, a listener when I was with the Bo and Jim show in Dallas,
Okay.
the guy called in and the wife did and said he would be naked on the sheet on the bed and put the sheet between his crack to dry his crack.
After he showered.
He's using the sheet as toilet paper, basically.
Or a towel.
Oh,
God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, the guy would sit on his bed. She's like, it's so gross. He
That
just
is
gets over it.
horrible.
I just remember that from 25 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
I can't.
People are gross.
They
is-
really are. Who comes up with these ideas?
That's very odd.
Laziness.
Is there any other one that
Give
you
us one
can-
more. Take
Yeah,
that bad
quick.
taste of
Okay,
our mouth.
Please.
which one of us is more likely to be a reality TV show contestant? Which one of us?
Oh.
I think it's between Sam and Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
One
want
of
that
y'all.
Thanks,
stuff.
guys.
Well,
I feel
y'all-
like I'm not as fun anymore since I'm like a mom.
Y'all have already done
Oh,
it.
that could be fun. Like that angle.
You know, right now
No.
at this stage of pregnancy, we could
You're just
absolutely
so-
do like a reality show, a little
doing her-
prank where you're sitting at the table for a blind date, and then the
then you-
person shows up, and then you stand up and you're like, "Oh, hey," and you didn't
Hey.
tell them you're 9 months
Oh, yeah,
pregnant.
we should do that, Kev. Take her out.
I thought you were into pregnant women.
Sam is not single, so we can't do that.
Order a beer just to see what they say.
Oh, that's true.
I had to carry Mark's beer the one time at the rodeo, because he went to the bathroom or something, and I was like, everybody kept staring at me, and I was like,
no.
I had to hand it off. It made me so uncomfortable. I was like, no,
Very
this is
pregnant
not
woman
mine.
drinking alcohol.
I wasn't drinking it. My husband
I
was
know, but
going
it
to the
looks
bathroom.
like it to them.
I know, but I didn't even put it up to my mouth, and I was like, oh my God, like, where should I hide this? And then I was just being a jerk, and I put it on my belly, and I just had it there, like, looking
Oh,
at people.
God.
I was just, like, staring at people with it on my belly. I was like, yeah, what's up?
I think I don't know. Kevin doesn't want to do that stuff. He doesn't like his.
You guys
stuff.
have already
Like
been on
Booster.
one.
No, I don't want my
don't
life
think
out
you-
there.
But
Yeah.
you two are pretty
Bar
excited to be on
Rescue.
Bar Rescue. You two are pretty geeked up.
That was so much fun, and then they didn't show any of it.
So
I
you
was
guys
so
filmed-
sad.
You filmed all day, and they didn't use
like
any of
all
the footage.
night. Drove
That
over an
sucks.
hour plus, a one way.
Mm-hmm. They used
drinks were
maybe 1
crappy.
second.
And you
The
don't
drinks
say
were-
what? You don't say went to bed that night like, oh my God, I was so good on this.
I
Somebody in
was.
LA is going to see
This is going to open doors.
They're going to put me in a reality show tomorrow.
Absolutely,
Yeah, this
and
might
I'm
new-
still.
And all we got was your
here.
elbow.
Dang it!
And they shoved a drink. I mean, they shoved
They
a
put
bug
a bug in my drink.
in her drink, and
Oh my
they
God,
made
no.
a huge deal out of
Wait,
it.
wait,
And we
they-
were.
And
Let's
it
come
wasn't
back
even
and
on.
talk about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
I'm sorry.
Because it is like
Sorry.
reality show secrets you don't realize on a
Okay.
lot of those rescue shows. We'll go over it and blow the lid off that next in Scoop on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's KRB with more of the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Okay, we're doing Celebrity Scoop brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. But really what we're doing is the behind the scenes of a reality show. So for those of you who may have missed this, at one point in time, Kevin and Sam, Special K and Sam, were invited to be part of a taping of Bar Rescue. Now, that airs on a couple different channels. It was Spike TV for a while, like True TV or whatever channel it is. It's where John Taffer is his name. He's real gruff. And he comes to this bar, just like Restaurant Impossible, things like that, those reality shows on Food Network.
So they try and overhaul the place to make it more profitable.
Like it's already
Yes.
like falling down. It's in financially, it's in ruins, and it's a hot mess manager wise, and blah blah blah. And so they come in and they show the bar owners, like they observe the bar owners and they tell them what they're doing wrong in a really gruff way. Then they change the look of the bar. They give it a new menu if it has bar food.
Usually
they
a
do
new
new
name.
cocktails. They'll change the bar name, like Wildcatter's Bar or something.
Wildcatter Saloon out in Katy.
that was on
one.
Yeah, Bar Rescue.
And that's very successful to this day.
So somebody texted,
cool.
yes, I need the details of Bar Rescue. I love this show. What's real and what's fake, and why were y'all there? Did you know they were going? Okay, so Sam, explain how it came about that you and Special K ended up on Bar Rescue.
They sent an email out
I
to
think
radio
they-
people.
They did, like asking if anybody in the area wanted to go and be
Kevin
a
was
part of
smart.
this taping.
He jumped up on it and said,
Yeah,
I'd
I was
like
gonna
to
say,
be-
Kev, you can tell because I know that they reached out to you, and then they were like, "Hey, can you bring
You wanna
a
know behind the
friend?"
scenes.
to be like customers, right?
Like, how did they get us onto the show?
To be a fake customer.
We're fake,
like
customers.
undercover. They always start the show off where they bring, like if there's a famous person or a celebrity, they bring them
Ringers.
to go in there and give them behind the scenes. What's
And it was
going
in
on.
Cleveland, and so that's an hour away from us. And we were like, "Oh gosh!" And it's on a school night, a work night.
yeah.
I
That's
think it's like
oh,
a Wednesday
Lord.
or
Yeah,
something.
It's an
And-
hour each way.
Our show up time, like our call time, was probably 5 p.m. So because we were supposed to do the dinner, and then when we got there, we sat in the production room for almost 2 hours.
Oh, what are you doing in there for 2 hours?
Exactly, just
Y'all.
sitting
Eating
there.
donuts.
Sitting there?
I think we were eating donuts.
We found a guy that had a dog in his like book bag that we became
Yeah.
friends
See,
with.
that's how TV
Like,
works. It's the hurry up
Have
and
a
wait game.
that's
It
for
totally
sure.
was.
And so that sucked. And then finally, we were asked to go inside of the establishment, and they told us exactly what to order and exactly what we were going to get. And so we went through that process and ordered the drinks and then ordered the food.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Yeah.
When
They
you were
filmed it.
sitting there, is this place like across the street from this bar? Because in the show, these people are unsuspecting. They don't know when. They know that John Taffer and them might come this week. They just don't know when because they have to have the cameras in there.
Right,
Oh,
right,
absolutely.
right.
Remember, they
it was
always-
a building across the street.
Because
so
they're trying
I
to
think they
catch them
owned
off
him.
guard.
Yeah, they owned this
Yeah, that
building
wasn't
for
happening.
something.
So you think they knew?
There were Eric, there was a whole freaking production van situation going on
Yeah.
right
So-
there
so of
Yeah.
in the
course they
parking
know.
lot.
you saw the cameraman.
I mean,
like,
serious production.
Because people always act like they're jerks. So
Yeah.
they're just amping it up to be.
They're just amping it up, and we were
some of it's real though.
We were
Like,
some of the very few people in there, but when we saw how they filmed it and they kind of told us what to do and how to do it, we were like, oh, okay. So we just got to like act. I was like, so we got to act like all nuts and
Offended?
wretch.
Yes,
wretched.
like talk about our drinks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, these are the only drinks they offer, and well,
They're
these
telling
are
you what to say.
Yeah, critique them.
Kind of.
Critique
Yeah, you
them.
got to critique them because they
Okay.
text, and the way we didn't have like an earpiece or anything, we couldn't hear them if they wanted us to switch up anything.
Yeah.
we had our phone. So
They were
we would-
texting me.
Yeah, we
during
would keep
filming.
like our one phone out and look at it, try not to be like
Obvious.
People are asking, what was
obvious
it
about
called? Was it called Wagon Wheel? People are
Yes.
texting?
Yes.
It was.
That's the new name or the old name of the bar?
No, that's the old name.
Oh, what they
Okay,
change
what's
it
it
to?
called now?
I want to say like the Poorhouse, I believe is some.
Yeah.
That
POUR.
sounds really accurate, Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell everybody, Sam, about the bug in your drink.
Okay, so Kev and I, that's why when we left, we were like, we killed it. We're going to be stars of the show. Because when you watch these episodes, the main guy, John, he wasn't there. It was the other guy that fills in for him. And I'm
Because Taffer sometimes he did a few here in Houston, but then he's
Yeah.
like busy that night, or maybe they did 2 at that night. I'm not sure.
right, exactly. So we had somebody else, and I'm sorry I'm
You
forgetting
got the B
his
team.
name.
You got the Timu
We
team.
got the team.
That's funny.
But we also had what's his name? The Latin guy.
Danny.
Yeah, Trejo. Danny
Yes,
Trejo.
Danny
Danny Trejo
Trejo
was
was
there.
It was Machete.
Yeah.
What was
So he
his
was
role?
there.
What was
Same
his
thing,
role?
to be
Same
like
thing,
Taffer.
to be,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
Why would
exactly.
Danny
To be
Trejo
aggressive
just
about
be-
the
To be
criticism of his
aggressive.
bar.
So-
Why would he be hanging out in Cleveland, Texas?
They just bring him in.
It's part of the show.
He does some of
part
the
of
He
the
shows.
was just there to help. So the guys go behind the bar, and
Okay.
they're, of course, the spout that you get the soda and the water
Sure.
from. They always check that to
Nasty.
see how nasty
If it's
that
slimy,
is.
yeah.
And they're standing right in front of Kevin and I, and my drink is there, and they are saying like how there's, they're checking it. The guy wipes off the grossness of the like spigot thing,
Yeah.
puts it in my drink. Then another guy comes behind me and finds a bug on the floor, comes up right beside me and puts that in my drink.
And
He
it
did
was
just-
like
hold
a
on.
was it a June bug?
Yes,
It
it
was.
was. And he didn't just put it in the drink. He went at the drink like
he stirred
it
he was,
in.
he was kind of banging the drink.
He put his fingers in the drink.
like do like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Like drowning the June bug in your drink.
Like,
Get it, get it, get it,
yes.
get it, get it.
Oh my
And I was like,
God.
and they're like,
that's
you want to
not right.
drink this? I was like, no. Like, why would I want to
Okay, so
drink
like,
this?
hold on. Can I have a little cut
She's-
here?
she's
with the
wrecking
edit?
it this time.
So obviously, hold on.
bugs in your
Yes,
drink.
because they're not going to show them putting the drink. I mean, the bug in the drink. They're not going to show that. But they were filming your reactions when he was doing that, so they could cut it to make it look like you just found it.
No. I think they were showing like this place is dirty. They don't clean their spigot, so they put the
Okay.
paper towel to
They
show how dramatic
They do
it was
a wide
in
shot
my
to
cup.
show the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But on the
And
show,
then they were
what
saying,
did they even show that scene?
No.
Literally, you saw my elbow. That was it.
God.
You saw Kev's face, like profile face. I think for maybe 5 seconds. I think when we
I
counted
don't think it was 5 seconds. I think it was 2.
2 seconds.
So who took your
That's
spot?
all you saw.
Who stole your thunder? Was it some like
Yeah.
old guy with a white beard in
Yeah,
the
what
corner?
customer did they focus on if it
They
wasn't you
barely
guys?
focused on any
They didn't pay
customers.
attention to any
It was
customers.
mostly the host.
Oh, you know why?
Oh, okay.
You know why they
Why?
did that? Because
They got to build them back up.
Yeah, they want to take over.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean they want to take
Like
over?
John, the star's not here. I have a chance to shine.
Oh, okay. I see what
I
you're
I mean,
think
think
so.
about it. When one of
I
us
do
leaves,
think
everyone
so.
steps up. Everyone wants to step
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, people want to know as we're talking about this. We're talking about Bar Rescue. It's an episode that was filmed in Cleveland, Texas, and Sam and Special K were fake customers.
Over a year
When
ago.
did it air, or where do you find it? People want to know what
on
episode
YouTube.
was it?
It was
we
on
had
YouTube.
found it. We found it on
did.
YouTube. I don't know what episode it was, but it was called The Wagon Wheel, and I believe it turned to the Poorhouse.
Poor
If you-
Station. People
Poor
say it's
Station.
Poor
Poor
Station.
Station.
Okay.
Yeah, the poorhouse doesn't sound like
P-O-U-R
this
station.
station.
Yeah.
Poor Station.
I know, but
Yeah.
people are like,
And I will say that everyone who actually works there was very sweet and very accommodating. They
Our
were lovely people.
Bartender was awesome, but it was fun fact because behind the scenes, now that we can talk about it,
Yeah.
she's like, I've tried to quit this place numerous times, and they asked me to personally come back for this episode.
So she could quit.
So
No,
she could
just
quit?
so like she could, because I guess she was one of the best bartenders. She was
Oh.
attractive, and
Okay.
it was
Okay,
just like
well,
one of
make
those
it look
things.
good.
But then like it was like a dad and a son, so then they were yelling at each other, going at it, and then there was the regulars beside us. Like Kevin and I were like, yes, we're together, we're together.
Yeah,
they were like-
yeah. Because
They were
it's-
making some comments,
they were
and
making
Kevin and I was like,
yeah,
Oh, they didn't like.
I was scared,
Oh.
like as a gayman.
Yes.
I was like, oh,
So Kevin and I were like, oh yeah, we're together.
yeah, this is my beard.
This
So,
is my
so
partner.
there were real customers of this place
There was
in
like
there.
locals.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
okay.
other people that I don't know how they really got connected on that. They kind of seem like locals as well, but like the one people were legit locals. They went like every single week.
How
and
many
knew everybody
radio
else.
people were with y'all?
None.
No,
it
that's
was just
it.
Kevin and
It
I.
was just y'all.
It was just
Okay.
Kevin and I.
But then the next day they did like other radio shows.
In different bars.
To go back up
Oh,
there.
that's
To a
it.
different
Yeah.
bar.
When you guys
Yeah.
were on this,
Yeah.
did they make you sign any kind of like non-disclosure agreements? Or?
I think so. Yeah, it seems like we signed something.
I'm sure we did. And then
Hopefully
at the
not
end of
breaking
it,
it
we
right
did
now.
this whole interview process. We did this whole exit interview that took forever, and none of that was showed.
So
I was
how
like,
long
y'all
was your
just
day, guys?
wasted
Yeah, what time
our
did you get home?
Sounds really obnoxious that you got there at
It
5.
was so obnoxious.
Yeah, I think we got home at almost midnight.
Oh, wow.
And that's
then
before
you
your
had to be
commute.
back here.
So
That's-
your commute,
yeah.
you start your commute time. You left at what, 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon to
Right.
get there?
Yeah. Kev came and
then
picked
we-
me up.
yeah,
And
we
you
left
got home
about,
at 1?
No. I'm
No, I
saying
think we
we
got
probably
home at
left.
12,
Yeah.
probably.
So if
at
you
11
had to
or
do it over again, would you not do it?
No, I wouldn't do it again.
No, not for this show.
By the way,
No.
it's season 9, episode 21.
All right.
Thank
All right.
you.
Wagon, check
that out.
Yeah.
Wagon wheel.
It was
Yeah.
something.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Speaking of booze,
104.1 KRBE.
that astronaut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of booze.
There's no John Taffer there. except
brewery.
there's
No.
booze.
There's something
This-
really cool. You can hang out with Steve-O.
Yeah, this brewery is super fun. There's so much graffiti. There's free games to play as well if you're interested. But this is 18 and up only. It's happening on Sunday. It's a live event featuring Steve-O with a mix of stand-up, comedy, stunts, and videos. It's about 90 minutes long. $30 general admission tickets. Doors open at 6, and it is this Sunday.
And Steve-O's
at
from
Bad
Jackass, if you don't
Astronauts.
remember.
Yep.
But he's been doing stand-up for years. He used to come to the Improv and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
So he's got a stand-up act. It's not like he's just... one of
Yeah,
those-
no, he's
just
been like
not
exploring
hanging
the
out.
tour because
Have
he
they
has
been doing
podcasts
this
and
at-
YouTube and
His
everything.
podcast is really popular.
Has Bad Astronaut had like comedy shows before?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
They
do.
actually,
Okay.
as soon as you walk into Bad Astronaut, you'll see the entrance is on Fulton Street, and then to the back they have like a whole enclosed
Like stage area?
like stage area. I
Okay,
did
nice.
yoga there before. Like
Oh,
they have
with the
so
goats?
many, not with the goats.
Oh,
This one
okay.
was just like fun yoga and drinking beer. But they have a lot of
You
different
should
things.
do
They
old
have-
people yoga
Astronaut
with
yoga.
them. You get to pick an old
We could.
person.
Old people yoga?
My daughter's
I don't
doing.
know
My
why you
daughters
do
are going
that.
to do puppy yoga tomorrow
I know.
Oh,
I keep
that sounds
seeing
so
that.
fun.
with puppies.
Bad
Yeah,
Astronaut
that's a
Brewery
great
on Fulton Street is where this is going to happen on Sunday.
Sunday.
Doors open at 6.
Yep.
Sunday. Now, coming up
right.
next, Special K. You got to
Friday
get us into the
free-for-all,
weekend.
yay!
Look, we got Katy Perry coming next week, so we're going to open it with Katy Perry, but we're going to close it out with I Will Love Again because I just want to share these sweet words from Lara Fabian for Ryan.
Okay, Lara
Love
Fabian. Messages
Love
for Ryan
again.
in the Friday free-for-all. Next on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.